Sheikh Rashid Al Maktoum is the son of Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum, one of the most powerful and influential men in the United Arab Emirates. Sheikh Rashid was a beloved prince and a rising star in the political and business world until his sudden and tragic death in 2015. His death shocked the nation and sparked a wave of speculation and controversy that has yet to be fully resolved. So what really happened to Sheikh Rashid? He was the eldest son of Dubai's Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, a handsome royal playboy with a glittering future ahead of him. But on Saturday, 33-year-old Sheikh Rashid was laid to rest after apparently dying of a heart attack at home on Friday. Now, Daily Mail Online reveals that the untimely death of Sheikh Rashid has left many questions unanswered. In particular, what caused an apparently healthy man to die at such a young age? Although the official cause of death has been given as a heart attack, allegations of drug use and of several stints in rehab have long percolated through Emirati society circles. Rashid, who at one point held a number of high-profile roles, quietly withdrew from public life in the years leading up to his death and became an enigmatic figure in the emirate he was once destined to rule. Born in November 1981, Rashid was the son of Dubai's ruler Sheikh Mohammed and his principal wife Sheikha Hint bint Maktoum bin Juma Al Maktoum. Sheikh Mohammed is a modernizer, albeit one with a lot of wives and children, and has transformed what was once a dusty patch of sand into a glittering modern metropolis. He has also parlayed what was a small trickle of oil into tourist dollars, making Dubai, with its mega malls and year-round sunshine, into one of the top tourist destinations in the Middle East. Through his Godolphin racing stable, Sheikh Mohammed is a prominent figure in the horse world and regularly attends prestigious race meetings such as Royal Ascot in Britain. Sheikha Hind, by contrast, is almost never seen. The first cousin of her husband, she is known as the First Lady of Dubai and is mother to 12 of his children. Aged 17 when she married Sheikh Mohammed, Hind's wedding, estimated to have cost $100 million, was Dubai's first big public event. Sheikh Rashid, his low profile is all the more mystifying to locals. Provided with a princely education, Rashid's academic career began at the prestigious Rashid School for Boys in Nad al-Shiba. Later, he moved to the UK to attend Sandhurst, a top training college for British military officers, before graduating in 2002. On his return to Dubai, he assumed an increasingly high profile and took on a number of prominent public roles, as well as partnerships in a series of lucrative businesses. He also opened a number of his own companies, among them United Holdings Group Dubai, a multidisciplinary investment group. Like his father and brothers, he was also a passionate horseman and set up his own racing stable under the name of Zabil Racing International, with a personal fortune of an estimated $1.9 billion. He had no shortage of funds to invest and soon racked up an impressive number of winners. He also developed an interest in endurance racing, the equestrian equivalent of the marathon, and in 2006 became a national hero when he picked up 2 gold medals at the Asian Games. But less than a year later, Sheikh Rashid had all but disappeared from public life and in 2008 was stripped of the title of Crown Prince. A third brother, Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, 31, was given the title of Deputy Ruler of Dubai at the same time. Quite why this should have happened remains unclear, with the official explanation being that the current incumbent Hamdan, 32, was simply better suited to the job. That, however, was not the explanation bandied about in the upper echelons of Emirati society at the time, or indeed as it later became clear among the diplomatic community. One particularly lurid version of events appeared in a confidential memo written by the then acting counsel, General David Williams, for the CIA the same year. The diplomatic cable was one of thousands released by WikiLeaks and offers a fascinating insight into what really went on behind the scenes at the Zabil Palace, noting that the move wasn't a complete surprise because of Hamdan's increasingly high profile. Williams went on to say that Rashid does not play a public role in Dubai affairs. Then came a bombshell. It is alleged that Rashid killed an assistant in the ruler's office, thereby forfeiting his opportunity to be heir. Although the identity of the aide supposedly murdered by Rashid has never been revealed, 3 years later in 2011, shortly after the prince gave up his presidency of the UAE Olympic Committee due to his heavy workload, A British aide who had been working for the Al Maktoums at the sprawling Longross Palace in Surrey, England, brought an unfair dismissal case against the family in London and claimed he was sacked after refusing to spy on a dignitary staying there. Mr. Ali claimed he regularly came into contact with the family, alleged that Rashid, far from having a heavy workload, was instead in the throes of drug addiction. What's more, Mr. Ali continued, the problem had become so acute that Prince had been made to attend a rehab clinic by his furious family in 2009. Other bizarre claims emerged, including accusations that staff working for the Al Maktoum family operated in a climate of fear. Another aide giving evidence on behalf of Mr. Ali claimed racial abuse from "my bosses" was commonplace. He also claimed that colleagues had dismissed his Christian beliefs as inferior, rubbish, and no good, and had told him to convert to Islam. Most damaging for the family, if not Rashid himself, was the accusation that Mr. Ali had been bullied, harassed, and belittled before being forced out of his $60,000 a year job. Although the tribunal ended in victory for the Al Maktoum family and Sheikh Mohammed himself was never accused of any wrongdoing, the family has never publicly denied the allegations put forward about Rashid. Since then, little has been heard from or about the 33-year-old, although his brother Hamdan has made frequent public appearances alongside his father. Until the announcement of his death on Friday, Rashid had been all but hidden away behind the scenes at the Zabil Palace. He is making headlines once more with his memorial service and burial at the Hurair cemetery in Dubai, covered faithfully by the local press. A 3-day official mourning period has been declared, while Hamdan, who with Maktoum carried Rashid's body during his funeral on Saturday, has spoken movingly of losing my best friend. For all that, it seems likely that Sheikh Rashid will become a little more than a footnote in the United Arab Emirates' royal history, but whatever the truth of his alleged penchant for drugs, there's no denying that the death of a young man in his prime is anything but a tragedy. Regardless of the cause of his death, Sheikh Rashid Al Maktoum left behind a lasting legacy in Dubai and the UAE. He was a visionary leader and a tireless advocate for the development of equestrian sports in the region. He was also a generous philanthropist who supported a wide range of charitable causes, both in the UAE and abroad. His death was a tragic loss for his family, his friends, and his country, but his memory lives on in the hearts of those who knew him and admired him.